Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Took a trip with a friend going down to Oslob, down in the south of Cebu Island, to swim with the whale sharks. And these huge creatures are not man-eaters, fortunately, but they are a thrill to come and see up close. I was told that there are probably about 8 different whale sharks that come in for this feeding, and it goes on, starts very early in the morning, and they have a limit on the number of people that they allow to do this every day. I'm not sure what the number is, but we were told that we should leave Cebu City by 5 a.m. in the morning, and we left a little earlier than that. And there was already a pretty big crowd, lots of boats on the water when we got down there. We did not have to wait very long to get our chance to get in the water, to get the boat that came in. And I will give you a lot more details about the procedures and the steps that you got to go through to get involved in this. And yes, they do feed them. There's some controversy about that practice, and I'll leave that for others to discuss. But they do throw out some feed, and that attracts the whale sharks in every morning, and it almost guarantees that they're going to be there for the tourists, the paying public, to come and watch. Now, this particular whale had some damage to its tail, obviously. That was one of, I think, about 3 different ones that I saw. And these things are filter feeders. They can gulp a lot of water in. They eat a lot of plankton and small fish. And I'm not sure exactly what they're throwing in the water, but these whale sharks go around and try to scoop that up. There are a lot of other fish that follow along beside and behind it. I suspect they're trying to pick up the scraps from that feeding. I was very surprised, 2 things. Number one, how close we are to shore, and secondly, how shallow the water is. I'm just guessing it's about 20 feet, maybe a little bit more than that. It is very clear water. By the time we got there, it was a little wavy. I think earlier in the morning, generally the seas are calmer, again, depending upon what the weather is doing. But this is what we're doing. We climb out of the boat, and I'll show you a little more about that later. And they give you a mask and a snorkel. Now, I almost wish I would have brought my own. The mask, we were kind of rushed out there. The mask didn't fit as well as I would have liked. The snorkel did not work properly, in that it did not stop water from coming in when I got underwater with it, and got a couple good gulps of salt water. But then sea salt's supposed to be good for you, right? Anyway, it was a bit wavy. It was a little bit of a challenge trying to stay steady enough to get the shots, and they're just kind of coming towards us. They have quite a few rules on this, and they put you through a little training program that you're required. You're required to wear a life vest. And I've seen videos of people some places. There are other places in the Philippines that allow you to swim near the whale sharks, to observe whale sharks, and where they don't feed them. And so it's kind of hit and miss whether the sharks will be there when you arrive. There are certain seasons, I think. They are migratory generally, and one of the problems with feeding them is that they stop migrating, is what I have heard. One other interesting rule is that they don't want you to wear many types of sunblock because it can pollute the water. It was just an amazing, very amazing experience. And one rule is that you're supposed to stay, I believe, 5 meters away from the whale shark, and very difficult to do sometimes because the person feeding them, sometimes your boats are moving in the water, in the currents, and sometimes that shark, it's not that we're coming closer to it, but the shark and the feeding boat is coming closer to us, and so there's not very much you can do at times. I think the trip down took about 3 hours, not exactly sure. So you need to get up early, you need to get an early start so that you get down there and that you are able to get out into a boat. They do have 11 cabins there you can rent out. They're air conditioned, and some cabins are good for 2 to 3, and some cabins are good for 4 people. I'll show you one of those a little bit later. And wouldn't be a bad idea to come down the day early and rent those out and get a fresh and rested start in the morning. There's somebody else coughing. They got a good gulp of seawater, as I did a couple times too. But it was a bit of a challenge at times, staying steady in there and filming. Now this is the front entrance. We were part of a tour package, so everything was paid up front. We paid, each of us paid 5,100 pesos, Philippine pesos, about $100 for this trip, for the day trip. And we not only saw that, we saw one of the waterfalls, not Kawasan Falls, but a different one, and had a quick stop at a shoe place in Karkar. Karkar is known as a shoe manufacturing place, and paid for our lunch as well. But here we're going over to get our number. Basically, you gotta go over and sign in and get a number. And we've got a tour guide when we showed up, and he took care of this. There was also an English orientation right after that one. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. And you have 11 rooms.
Yeah, like this.
All right.
The native one and the 2 bungalow.
All right. They have air conditioning?
Yeah, all air conditioned.
All air conditioned.
No hot shower.
Okay.
Only normal shower, sir.
Normal shower.
Yeah.
Not an abnormal. I want an abnormal shower.
Like this.
Shoes off?
Yeah, shoes off.
Yeah. You don't have any abnormal showers?
Yeah. Only a room. You sleep
Okay.
and tomorrow check out.
Okay, this is for 4
person.
1 bunk bed and 1 twin bed.
Yeah. Hey Ron, we're up.
Are we? Okay. And CR with normal shower, no hot water. All right, very good. Thank you. Oh, life jackets?
Life jacket, sir.
All right.
If you want to swim in the interaction area, you can remove that one. See, this life jacket you can remove. Can I remove? Yeah. No. You can take it off. Take it off, this one. Okay. You know how to swim, sir? Not really, but I'm going to leave mine on. Okay. 32, ma'am. Number 32 ni ma'am. Sir, our boat is boat number 32. 32? Sir, number 32. Okay. Join lang kayo dyan. Join lang kayo.
We didn't have to wait very long at all once we got there. Surprising. We had a number, several numbers from what was out there, and we thought we were going to be there 20-30 minutes, but it was almost immediate. We wait out there?
Yeah,
I presume. No. You'll get used to it. Getting in the boat and moving forward in the boat was a little bit challenging, but doable. You know, it just depends upon.
Can I drive?
There's lots of boats out there, and relatively close to one another, and most people just hang on to the outriggers of the boats and use the mask and snorkel and just wait for the whales to come near. There was one group that was swimming in the water. There they are, and they were swimming away from the boat looking for the whale shark. And I don't know if that was a special group that had special permission to do the open water swimming, or what the situation was there. But you can ask. Every tour, we joined a tour package. Two of us took a van down, and the more people you have, the less it costs per person. So keep that in mind. I talked to a couple travel agents at the Ayala Mall, and had my friend who was staying at Park Mall, or Park Lane Hotel, ask there, and they gave us the best price package of all of them. So it pays to check with your hotel as well. They might be tied in with a tour company. Anyway, that's a little bit about whale shark watching in Oslob, Cebu, the Philippines. Thanks for watching. Please like, please share the video, please subscribe. Safe travels to you all wherever you're at, and we'll see you next time.